Okay, so I'm not seeing double. So I just started doing the definitions, writing the definitions in a notebook, with the but long story short, thank you so much
So firstly,
for
start
having
them.
me.
Can you give me a small introduction about yourself, your like some academic and some experience regarding them?
Well, I was a casino dealer for 13 years prior,
Okay.
and I don't want to do. I can't pass that on to my son, and I have to sleep in order to do my job, and
Okay.
then work my job hours too. So I make a good wage. I was making a good wage, but the issue is that I would have to get a nanny.
Now you have to click on the this one and now click on this one, create. So the database is successfully created. So database basically is a collection of the tables. How we can use them? Firstly, you have to use them like use data 2024. So you have to create only the one time. It is the database. When the database creates successfully, now you have to ready and you have to create a table. But in mostly cases, you do not have to create the table. You just have to load the data and the data is already ready. You just have to perform some query on the data. Okay, class? But one more table clue I want to discuss here, like how we can create table like the employee and the employee code. Actually, it is just a name. Actually, we want to store the employee code, employee name, employee salary, address, something like that. So how we can store them in a SQL? So it is a structured database in a tabular format. If I'm talking about the NoSQL or a MongoDB or the Cassandra, so the data in a JSON format. What is a JSON? I will discuss later. So EMP code. So it is an integer. Not null means we cannot skip them. And the employee code name should be unique, cannot be null. So we have to specify the primary key. So primary key means the column value should be unique, cannot be blank. Now the class, the time is emp name, employee name, employee name, emp name. You can give any name, whatever you like. An integer is a data type, the type of the particular column, what kind of the value you want to store them. Like the character, can. You have to specify up to 255 character. Up to 255 character we cannot supply here. So like I'm just passing here like the 100 character, not null. So not null means it is a compulsory part of the particular column. Now after that, I can specify like the salary. Salary is just a float, and I can specify like the not null or the null, like null. Salary can be optional. Now the address is like I'm just using the varchar. Varchar is flexible, very flexible as compared to char. In character or in a letters, we can store up to 255 characters. But in a varchar, it's a very flexible. We can create up to thousands of characters, and it will like shrink the size according to the supplied value. Like the I'm supplying here 200. One more thing, like I want to supply here the date of joining. So the date of joining of the employee, like the date of joining, date. So it is a data type, integer, character, float, varchar, and date. It is a column name and it is a constraint, like can be null, cannot be null. It depend on us. If I'm not supply any like the null, not null, so it will be considered automatically null, like something. Then I want to create here like create table. Now click on the create. Now you can see the table created successfully. So how we can check out? What is the advantage? What we are doing here? Sir, actually we are just creating a table, a simple table. So just create table. How we can check out? Just select. Select is basically a command used to retrieve. Select star means all column from employee table. You just have to click on the employee and now click on this one. Now you can see the table created successfully here. So database is a collection of table, and table used to store some value, but there is no
So how
value.
did you get it? How did you get to see it below? How did you get to see the results?
Yeah, we can see the result behalf of this particular query. Select star means all column from employee table.
Mine doesn't show up.
So firstly you have to create the table, like you have to select them, the entire code, this one. Now click on this one. I have already created a table, so it gives the warning because it already created. When you create it successfully, you have to select only this one and now click on this one.
Yeah, mine says, I guess, I don't know if I'm writing in the right area, but mine doesn't show me. It's not highlighted.
Actually it is not highlighted by default. You have to select, you have to highlight yourself, like with the help of mouse click. Okay.
Right. Can I just show you because I can't do it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like when I click
don't
it,
worry, don't
it
worry.
doesn't let me
Actually
show.
yeah, it is just a first window by which you can see I have created only this thing. Okay. So now it is one more thing, how we can insert the value here, like insert and table, insert into employee value. So what value we can insert them? So we can insert like any code, like the 1001. We can insert the name, like the James. We can insert the salary, like the 80. We can insert the address. We can, those values basically a string we have to supply into the single quotes, like date of joining.
And this has to be in sequence.
Yeah, in sequence.
So what if we just know the name of the person?
Yeah, actually if the particular column in a first sequence, so we have to apply the numeric value because the data type is a numeric. If the particular the second column name is the emp name, the second name we have to apply the any name whatever we like. If I'm just giving the salary, so it's a salary, it's a address. So we can change the order also, but we have to supply the column manually.
Oh, that's fine. But I'm asking if I know only name of the person, James,
Okay.
and I don't want to populate employee code, salary, address, and DOJ, the date of joining. How do I just enter the James?
Yeah, actually we cannot skip all this column. We can skip only those column which are containing the null. We cannot skip those column are containing the not null. It is a compulsory part in the database. So two values are required, the emp code and the emp name.
Okay. In that case, if I just need to enter employee code and name,
Yeah.
then
After this query, I will show you. Okay. So firstly, actually, I want to insert them. Now, how we can check? So the query runs successfully. Now the query, you can see the value. Now the question is that can we insert the two value like employee code and the employee name in the particular table? Yes, we can insert. But firstly, you have to check out the data. So the not null is a compulsory part and the null is a optional part. And also you want to check out describe. If not, if any table you want to check out the structure, so describe, and you can mention the structure of the table, which you can check the structure of the table, like those particular column are null or the not null, compulsory part. And after that, when you run this particular command, you are able to insert the particular value, like insert into employee. Now we have to specify the column, those column we want to insert the value, like the EMP code and EMP name. We can change the order also here and the values.
Okay.
Now we can supply value like 1002. We cannot repeat 1001 because it is a primary key, it will give the error. So the value cannot be duplicate. It will avoid the duplicacy in the database or a data table. And now, like the Bob, we can easily insert. It's a green syntax. How we can check out where the value is going on? You can select them. You have to click on this one. Now you can see 101 and the Bob. Okay. Class, any doubts, any query?
And in case James moves to a new location to Boston,
Yeah,
then let's say we have to update that.
yeah.
In
So
that
we,
case, same thing.
yeah, nice
Okay.
question. So we have a different query, update command. So in a SQL, basically any question, any idea comes in our mind, so we have to write a query. There is a no option like drag and drop and to change the manually here, like can we edit here? So it is not possible. Okay. So we have to write a query like the update and update table name set, and we have to specify the column name, like we want to change the address of the particular employee, like the James. We have to specify the address, and the address like the Delhi. Now remember one thing, if you run the this particular query, so it will update both 101 and the 102. So we have to specify the criteria, like the where EMP code equal 1001. I want to update only the selected record. Now select them,
And
then execute. Now the
why
table,
did we use EMP code in where? Because it's a primary key.
yeah, it's a primary key, and primary key is a unique. All the values are unique.
Okay.
If we just apply the where condition in a name, so the name can be duplicate, so can
Yes.
be change one and more column.
Okay. And I'm assuming in one column there could be only one primary key, right?
Yeah, so it is a normalization concept. You can check, it's a Delhi.
Okay.
Okay, good. So any question, class, you can also delete them, like if I'm just want to insert again, so it just give me the error. What kind of the error it will give us? So it give us error, you cannot insert. Why? Because it will already apply the primary key. Okay.
I have questions.
Yeah.
So, like the wording we are using in this, it's we have to use the same words when we make the table for everyone. Like, suppose if we miss something, then the table will not run, right?
Yeah.
They will says error.
So it
Okay.
will be like ready for you with practice. Practice is a thing, because the totally work in a SQL and the Power BI and the Python and the R programming is a practical. So
Okay.
no need to like learn the entire code. Some basic work should be learned, and but the concept should be clear.
And these names are case sensitive?
No, SQL is not a case sensitive, but the Python and the R programming is a case sensitive.
Okay.
And it depend on your operating system. If your operating system is case sensitive, so the SQL is become the case sensitive. If you are using in Linux, so it become the case sensitive. In Windows, it is it's not a case sensitive.
Okay. And now let's say I want to save this file,
Yeah,
right? What is the extension? The thing is, I just want to know in the system, in our local instance, how much space it
yeah.
is covering.
Actually, it just is taking the KB size. It is just a query. So query
Okay.
basically work when you run this. If you want to delete, like control A and delete them, so sir, where is going on? Actually, no, don't worry. It is just a
Okay.
query which we have just write them. If we want to execute, if we have a remember this query, so we can run again. So data is stored permanently in my computer in an encrypted format where the
Okay.
SQL is storing all data.
And only this MySQL can open or access, provide me access to that kind of database. I
Yeah,
cannot double click and.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it is just a normal things. The if you want to check out the data in any when you want to save, first click on this file and save script as. Now give a name to your script, like what kind of the
Bus
script?
class.
Any name?
Class first.
Yeah, class first. So I want to give the same name. Want to replace them? Okay, don't worry. So now the thing is completed. Now the thing is that, sir, actually we want to import a table here. How we can create the multiple value, like the millions of values are there? So like we are just filling value one by one. It is a thing? No. You can import any table here, any CSV file. How? So there is an option import. Click on the import, this one. Now select the location where you want to import the data. Give any table name, whatever you like, whatever you like. I'm just taking a simple data, the salary. So it is a CSV file. I want to show you like this one. I want to load this data set and the SQL is automatically create a table. How? You just have to click. I'm just copying them. I will also provide you. Open and click on the next. And where you want to load them. So you can click on the data set where you want to load them, or otherwise create this one, data 2024, and the table name this one, and click on this. It is a testing process. No need to, you can change the type, like the position is a text, level is an integer, salary is an integer. Now you can click next, and after that you can click on the next. Now click on the next and click on the finish. How we can check where the table is going on, where the value, where the table? You have to show tables command. With the help of show tables, you can see all the tables. So we have an employee and we have a salary. Employee table we have create manually. It is a manual processor. Most of the time you do not need to create the manual, because the most of the company have a sufficient like a backend process and all the setups are ready. The data scientist just have to fetch out the data. If I'm just saying that, like the business analyst for the data analyst, can you fetch the data from the SQL? No sir, actually we know the Python. How? So it's just not a good thing for the data scientist or the business analyst. The knowledge should be strong. The SQL knowledge also should be there. Okay. So these are the query, and it's a table. How we can check out the salary value? You just have to type select star from, and the table name is salaries. You can see. Got it? Class, any doubt, any query, anyone?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Basically, you changed it from CSV to this table, and during the process, you showed we can change the data type as well.
Yeah.
For example, in original CSV, let's say it's 60,000.4, and here if we want to convert it to integer, do we have to specify?
No,
Does it round it up automatically, or we have to tell a round it up if it's
no.
greater than point?
When we load any CSV, any file in a SQL, so there is a no link between the like the CSV file and the my computer file, because now I have loaded this file data. So I can export also this file. If I want to update here, then we have to export them.
Hmm.
It's a offline data which we are loading here.
Okay.
Okay. So you can also
And in
delete the
case there are
particular.
any, yeah, go ahead.
Any question?
Yes, so in case there are some issues with the CSV,
Yeah.
let's say something double commas.
Yeah. So yeah, it's showing a problem, because the data should be correct. Data actually in a SQL, the data will be stored in a tabular format, so it will create a extra column.
Okay.
So in a if like we have a comma some different, so it will create a 4 column.
Can you please show, can you just add a manual comma and show what error it would throw?
Yeah, again we have to upload this one.
Yes, Sachin. Sachin, I have a general question about end-to-end process here. Now you have shown the commands and everything, how it works, but I'm not sure. I mean, most of our class is basically for a job or something like that. Are you going to introduce any kind of highlights during the class? Hey, this could be an interview question for a data science position,
Yeah.
like that. Can we do that? Because mainly, see, we'll call it a success when we get a job.
Yeah.
Or
If like
yeah.
if I'm just ready the data scientist question behalf of like the SQL, Power BI,
Yes,
Python, and
yes,
R.
yes.
So
Yes.
before ready the question to face the question, you should be aware all the basic and fundamental knowledge.
Understood.
Like if I'm just talking about suddenly like what is a data structure, what is a lambda function, what is a like a numpy panda, how we can clean the data with the numpy, no one can give the answer if you not learn this.
Yes.
So that is the thing. Firstly, we have to ready, and when we feel we are comfortable with SQL and the Power BI, so we can face one topic wise, or we can ready the questions, the interview questions like um, tools wise, like the ready the firstly to ready the question or the SQL. I can provide you personally the questions which you can solve one by one. When you complete the SQL, when you complete the Power BI, you can solve the interview question. When you complete the Python, you can also complete the interview questions.
Okay.
See you in the next class on the same time, and I will like teach you some new things. Okay. So I hope you are enjoying my class.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you,
So
Sachin.
this is tonight, the evening class?
Tonight, yes, I hope. But as per your schedule is a evening, my schedule is a morning. Okay.
Yeah, your is morning, but our is evening
Yeah.
because we are in the United States.
Yeah.
What time EST is that one?
It's like a 10 p.m.
10
in
p.m.
India.
your time? Hmm.
It's 12 p.m. your time.
Uh, it 10 p.m.
It's 7:30 Eastern time, Eastern daytime.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
It's my time. Good night. It's your time. Good morning. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next class. Okay.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.